I'm Dr. Sarah Muldoon.
And I'm Dr. Jamie Strachan. We are the College Council members elected to represent anaesthetists in training. Alongside the material you'll find in this annual review, Sarah and I wanted to share with you our reflections on what a challenging year 2020 was for anaesthetists in training. And we wanted to highlight some of the ways the college has intervened to support trainees and trainers navigating the hurdles they've had to overcome.
I completed my training in the middle of the pandemic, and Jamie is an intensive care consultant. We both know what a difficult year this has been at work and at home, and that many of the colleagues we represent have had a particularly difficult time. A huge number of us were redeployed to intensive care during the pandemic, some people repeatedly, and along with the widespread postponement of elective surgery, this has had a significant impact on the clinical experience anaesthetists in training have had access to this year. Those of you in core training have been particularly hard hit, I know, and it's also been very stressful for those approaching their CCT dates. The fact that our curriculum is competency rather than time-based offers some flexibility in allowing people to progress through their training, and we were pleased that the JMC agreed some further flexibility with derogations to the curriculum to allow people to pass through their annual review of competency progression, such as moving back the exam milestone dates. These derogations will continue until at least September 2021.
Anaesthetists in training have been invaluable in supporting intensive care throughout the pandemic. The college has advocated for anaesthetists in training to have this redeployment into COVID-19 ICUs count towards their training. There is guidance on this available on the college's website. So if this is relevant to you, please take a look.
One of the most notable changes at the college in response to the pandemic has been in the delivery of our examinations. Social distancing and the need to support patients and the NHS meant that the spring diet of 2020 FRCA exams had to be cancelled. This has resulted in a backlog of disappointed and anxious candidates, and the college needed to address this and find a way to deliver the exams that would protect against further cancellations.
The exams team at the college have worked incredibly hard to rapidly transform all the components of the FRCA into online. It was a difficult start for those who undertook the first online sitting of the primary MCQ exam, but overall the delivery of online examinations has been very successful. And whilst other colleges and educational organisations have experienced more disruption, the RCOA have managed to carry this on. Despite examiners signing up for additional and extended exam sittings, there's still a backlog of candidates to clear. And unfortunately, this has meant having to prioritise candidates. We know how disruptive this has been for many of you in your lives and career plans. These have been unprecedented times, and they've required rapid changes and solutions to be put in place by the college. These solutions haven't always worked for everyone. And we want to thank all members who took the time to let us know about issues and concerns. Your feedback has allowed college staff to better understand the perspective of trainees and trainers and work hard to resolve problems in a meaningful way.
Anaesthetists in training are represented throughout the college and all its work streams by myself and Jamie and by the trainee reps of the Anaesthetists in Training Committee. Our National Anaesthetists in Training representative group ensures we hear concerns from trainees across the UK, and your voice really matters and it influences what happens at the college. We know that when changes to training are announced at short notice, or when you wait a long time for updates, this can make things feel even more stressful. Jamie and I and the other college trainee reps are working hard with the training and communication teams at the college to improve how we communicate important information with you. Some areas of training are out of the college's control, particularly recruitment and even to an extent the new curriculum. And the Royal College of Anaesthetists has to negotiate with other bodies like the JMC, ANRO and the statutory education bodies across the 4 UK nations. While the college might not always have the final say on certain issues, it is always advocating for you and working to gain the best outcome for our patients and for our members.
Those of you who have had to shield during this time have also had a challenging experience for many reasons. Thank you for doing what was asked of you to protect yourselves, your families and the NHS. Having limited access to the clinical setting has been a real barrier to training progression, but You've continued to support your departments with clinical, educational, management and quality improvement work. Again, you can find guidance on how to evidence this towards your training on the college website. Whilst many shielding trainees have felt supported by their departments and colleagues, others have sadly reported feeling undermined and made to feel guilty. Protecting yourself and supporting the physical and mental health needs of others is central to the positive, sustainable recovery we all need after this pandemic. We must all play our part in supporting ourselves and each other. This period has been hard on all of us, regardless of where you've spent it.
This year has been a pretty brutal test of everyone's morale, well-being and mental health. We've experienced the most testing clinical workload most of us have ever encountered, along with disruption to all the external activities that normally go along with anaesthetic training. Many of us have had to endure this while COVID restrictions have prevented us from spending time with our family and our friends, and some of us have even suffered the loss of colleagues and of loved ones due to the pandemic.
The college has been developing and sharing material to support you. Within this 2020 annual review, you'll find links to an array of guidance, webinars and podcasts that might support your development and physical and mental well-being.
We urge you to keep in touch. Keep letting us know what else you think we need to do to support you. You can do this by emailing info@rcoa.ac.uk with anything you think we need to know about. And you can find out more about trainee representation, including who your local ATRG rep is, on our website.
A huge thank you to all of you for what you've done over the past 12 months. Changing rotas, redeployments, tough working conditions, examinations, training, studying, and for some of us, personal loss. We'll get through this, and we'll do it by sticking together and being kind and supportive to each other and to the wider NHS family. Thank you, and take care.
Take care.